We are on board the brand new Utopia of the Seas, the second largest cruise ship in the world. And today, we're going to tell you the good, bad, and the one thing that may turn a lot of people away from cruising on this ship. JJ Cruise. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And this is JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for clicking into the video today. Today we're going to share with you our honest first impressions. We've been on the ship for I think about 48 hours now. We've experienced a little bit of food, a little bit of entertainment, and we're going to tell you what our honest first impressions are of Utopia of the Seas.
This is the biggest cruise ship of the Oasis Class for Royal Caribbean and the second biggest cruise ship in the world. So we can't wait. Let's dive right in.
There is something brand new on this ship, and it's the way to connect to Wi-Fi. This is the most seamless connection process we've ever seen on any cruise ship ever, but when you step on board, it pops right up on your phone asking you if you'd like to connect to Wi-Fi, and if you have bought a package that you can have multiple devices under one Wi-Fi login, you can automatically share that to your other devices. It's super seamless, it's very easy, and honestly, it's a great first impression upon stepping on board the Utopia of the Seas. After getting on board and getting connected to the Wi-Fi, we went straight to our staterooms. It's one of our favorite things about maiden voyages is you can typically get into your stateroom right away. Now, we already put out a full review about this stateroom, and the view was unmatched. It was our favorite view ever, so you'll want to go and check that full review out about that stateroom. But there was two things in the stateroom we liked, and that was the storage, which there was a ton of, as well as the outlets, which I think this stateroom has more outlets than we've seen on any other cruise ship ever.
Including USB-C, which we know is a newer outlet, but one that is modern and most people utilize. So we're so glad that they have multiple USB-C outlets as well. While we're at it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All we do is cruise content, whether it's cruise news, stories from the seas, or even that of just cruise content like this review. So please subscribe to the channel. It's free to you, means the world to us, and hit that thumbs up while you're at it.
Let's talk a little bit about the ship design. Now, this is an Oasis Class ship, and it feels like an Oasis Class ship. But one thing that is brand new to the ship is the elevators. We saw these smart elevators that have been programmed and run by AI on Icon of the Seas, and now they have taken that same program and put it here on Utopia of the Seas. The elevators are great, they move quickly, they get people from place to place, and for a ship with 7,000 people, this elevator system comes in key.
While we took those elevators, we noticed across the ship, there's one venue that we really love that they did it the right way, and that was the Solarium. This is on the pool deck, and this is the adults only section. You do have to be 18 years or older, but this is a completely enclosed space. We know on some other ships, the Solarium isn't completely enclosed, and it was completely missing on Icon of the Seas, so we're so happy to report that the Solarium is gorgeous, and it is completely enclosed to get away from some of those hot days in the Caribbean.
The Solarium is one of several different neighborhoods or areas that are themed on board the ship. And one of our favorites is the Boardwalk. There is a massive change in this Boardwalk Aqua Theater from Icon of the Seas and Wonder of the Seas, and that is there is a back on every bench style seat. This was a huge gripe of ours with Icon of the Seas. We hated that the seats were super uncomfortable. The seats are very comfortable here in the Aqua Theater, and there is a back for every person that goes and watches the Aqua show.
Now we're gonna see the Aqua Theater show here a little bit later on, but we did see the ice show. And the entertainment on Royal Caribbean, especially in the Oasis Class ships, are some of our favorite. So we are so happy to report that the ice show is nothing different. We saw the amazing Jordan Bouth, and she was incredible, as well as the entire cast of this ice show. It's called Utopia, and it's all about the euphoric memories or things that happen in your life that really cause that bliss, that joy, that euphoric feeling.
In terms of the activities, the cruise schedule is packed with parties. There are all different types of parties all around the ship. We've been able to attend a couple of them, but there's a couple big ones like the plunge pool party that we have coming up in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for our full review on the parties. We do have some initial thoughts though that we'll share a little bit towards the end. But just know you're coming on Utopia of the Seas, the biggest weekend ever. The schedule is packed with things to do.
Not just things to do, but there are party squad on board, making sure you're having fun from day one. After you get done partying, you want something good to eat. Well, we tried the new spare tire, and it is delicious. It is grab and go, fast casual food, and it has everything from tornadoes, which are like almost, I don't know, burritos, but with like pepperonis and cheese, or ranchero chicken, to that of a chipotle chicken sandwich. These are all delicious grab and go eats, something new and something we love about Utopia of the Seas.
In terms of specialty dining, we actually have the unlimited dining package here for the weekend cruise. So we're gonna be diving into way more food in our full review. But upon first impressions, some of the new dining venues like the new Giovanni's that replaced Wonderland is huge and beautiful. They've done an incredible thing with the inside of that restaurant. It looks very well designed. There's an al fresco patio that we have some opinions about. But also, this is the largest Izumi ever, with 4 different ways to eat Izumi. You have a to-go counter, hibachi, a new, more formal Japanese dinner experience, as well as sushi. So we've been super impressed with the dining on this ship. This ship is definitely gonna be for the foodies.
Another new venue and replacement on Utopia of the Seas is that of Pesky Parrot. It replaces the Bionic Bar on all the other Oasis Class ships in the promenade, and the Pesky Parrot is like a tiki tropical bar theme. It is a really cool theme, but the big thing we love about it is the cocktail selection. There's endless cocktails. They come in really cool glasses or really cool ways. So something we really love about the new Pesky Parrot on this ship.
The last thing that we have to highlight on the good list is the service. Service has been seamless for this being a maiden voyage. The crew have been phenomenal. Of course, this is one of many Oasis Class ships, so I think the crew know what they're doing, but the service from the stateroom attendant to our dinner service to bar service has been great across the ship, and the crew have been A++.
Let's get into the bad, and remember, we're going to talk about the one big concern that we have that may turn away a lot of cruisers after the bad. Starting with the bad though, in the stateroom there wasn't a lot of bad, but there was one main thing that really affects those people that don't want to wake up early in the morning, and that is the curtains are not light tight. Now they do a good job, but they don't fully keep out the light on the top and the bottom, which, as you know, is really hard to fix. You can't do it with the plastic hanger, or you can't do it with some magnets, because it is not long enough or it's not fully tall enough to really take all of the light out of the room.
There's one other area that we think is a strange redesign for the ship. Down on deck number 4, there are normally 2 hallways that go around Studio B and go in and out of the casino. They have removed one of those hallways completely, put a box office there, and I'm concerned about congestion, especially because it's the art hallway, so you have people in there looking at art. That is the only way to kind of get through deck 4 now. You don't have 2 hallways, so we'll have to see, and we'll have to report back in our full review if that is an actual issue or if that's just an initial first impression concern.
Another concern is the loss of the juice bar. This is usually in the spa. Now, we know not everyone uses this. There's plenty of people that didn't even know it existed. But for those that loved waking up or having juice after their workout or before their day, well, they won't have it anymore because that juice bar is no longer available. They've replaced it with more merchandise or sales opportunities, which is never a good thing for the passengers, but probably a good thing for revenue. And so that is something we do miss on Utopia of the Seas.
One of the dining venues that we did get to try was Giovanni's, and while the food was good, the environment was not. We had the al fresco dining experience. We sat in the outdoor terrace area, and we honestly could not have hated this experience more. We were eating hot pasta and hot pizza in the burning sun. It was like 87 degrees when we were out there. And the al fresco dining area is right next to the boardwalk balcony cabins. So as I was eating, I could actually see into people's staterooms. It's very weird. It felt like an afterthought. There's no fun, real decor out there. And overall, we wished we would have eaten inside.
Lastly, off of our bad first impressions, once again, our full review coming a little bit later once we experience Utopia of the Seas for the full week, is that of the Railway. Now, the Royal Railway is a brand new venue, and it isn't necessarily because we've experienced it, because we haven't yet, but the way to experience it is limited. There's only 300 to 400 seats per sailing at the maximum, and that's when both cars are running. For our first sailing, there's only one car running, meaning there's even less seats available for over 7,000 guests. This is something that we think is a little too exclusive and something that's going to let down way more people than make people happy. And that is never something you want to do when you're trying to please a cruise ship full of guests.
We have heard that there may be more experiences coming. So of course, if they add in additional shows or dining experiences, that will change. But right now there's one show. It's the Country Western Railway Show. And like Jared said, it's only 300 to 400 people per sailing that will get to experience that.
Now it's time to talk our one huge concern. And honestly, this is going to make a lot of people not want to come on the ship. We don't know. This is our first impressions. We don't know if this is going to be real for the entire voyage. We are doing a back-to-back, so we have a 3 and a 4 night. So we will experience both types of sailings and report back. But it is the fact that this ship is a party ship.
It is a party ship, and that shouldn't be a surprise because it's 3 and 4 nights. But with the party squad on board, the parties that we've seen so far are not very family friendly. Royal Caribbean, from our perspective, is one of the best cruise lines out there for families. It's our #1 recommended cruise line when we've got clients that come to us and want to sail the high seas. But so far, we haven't felt like this is a great ship for little kids. Now, we're going to do some investigative work over the next several days to see if that's true or not. But upon first impression, it could turn away families and really bring in a party crowd to Royal Caribbean.
To give you just an example here, on day 1, we had 4 different parties in the one day. There was a welcome aboard party, a sail away party, as well as that of a frat party starting at 1 a.m. There were so many parties to be had, and to be honest with you, these parties included things like champagne guns, as well as a lot of drinks flowing. And these are the things that we just feel like may turn off some guests that really want to be family focused and not really be focused on the party scene.
So we'll have to see, and we will report back on this in our full review. But that's it. That's our first impressions. Let us know below what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think of Utopia of the Seas? How excited are you to come sail on this ship in the future? I will say there's some great pricing for this cruise ship. So if you are interested, you can head over to jjcruise.com and fill out our form, and we'd be more than happy to get you on board this ship.
That's right. We are travel agents, so we are happy to book you on Utopia of the Seas if it's the right ship for you. And we will have our full review coming out after we experience a full week on this beautiful new cruise ship. A lot of good to be had. Overall, we're having a great time as a first impression, but we will see after a full week is done.
Again, my name is Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And until next time, see ya!